want to welcome everyone to the August 2025 meeting of the Madison Historic District Board of Review. Brenda, could we have a roll call, please?
Bill Jewell,
Present.
Happy Smith, Chris Cody,
Present.
Ken McWilliams,
Present.
Ryan Rogers,
Present.
Jared Anderson, Jed Skillman.
Present.
Has everyone had a chance to read the minutes from the last meeting?
I move that minutes be approved as submitted.
Okay, and a second?
I second.
Okay, Bill Jewell,
Approve.
Chris Cody,
Approve.
Ken McWilliams,
Approve.
Ryan Rogers,
Approve.
Jed Skillman.
Approve.
Okay. I notice that Brian Shaw is our building official, is in presence in the building today. He's in the front row. If you have any questions about building permits, Brian would be happy to help you. I'd like to talk a little bit about how we will do the meeting tonight. We'll start out by having either the homeowner or their representative come up to the podium, adjust the microphone so you can hear us, or we can hear you, and then state your name and where you live. At that point, Brenna will review the project that's been presented to the city, and at that point, you as the homeowner or the rep will have a chance to elaborate or, anything you'd like to say about the project. At that point, we will then discuss it as a board. We will have what is called findings of fact. We will ask if there's any input from the audience or the general public, and then we will vote on the matter at that point. So I think we're about ready to go. From what I understand, number one at 1, 2, 3 is off the table at this point, so our next one will be...
Hold on just a second. We will have to vote to table it,
Okay,
or to move to table it.
all righty.
Brenda, we don't know what month. So
You
is
can
that,
just say next month.
we'll say
Okay,
next? Okay. I move that the project at 123 Jefferson be delayed delayed until the next meeting.
I second.
Okay, Bill Jewell,
I approve.
Chris Cody,
Approve.
Ken McWilliams,
Approve.
Ryan Rogers,
Approve.
Jed Skillman.
Approve.
All right, so first one, Rodney Pettit, 723, 725 West 3rd Street.
Rodney Pettit with Pettit Properties, here regarding 723 and 725 West 3rd Street.
All right. Brenna, could you review the project?
Yes, so this structure, it's a duplex. It is a contributing structure built in 1850. It's zoned Historic District Residential, and the request is to remove the chimney, and the work has already been completed.
Okay. Would you like to add anything, sir?
No, just that during construction, the chimneys were just too dilapidated to say. They're unsafe, and I think the only thing holding them up was the rafters, so we opted to take them down and really didn't think about the historical situation at the time, so.
Right.
Here, hopefully to not have to put them back, but, because they are completely gone.
Okay. Anybody from the board want to speak?
So when you say they're completely gone, so you took the entire chimney all the way to the basement?
Yeah, all the way to the basement.
Okay.
I don't know if the pictures show exactly, but they were leaning pretty bad and in pretty bad disarray, and just felt like it was pretty unsafe.
Interesting.
Mr. Pettit, did you go back to Brenna or Nicole with any request to take the chimney
No,
down?
I didn't think about it at the time, so that's my mistake.
Okay.
I have a chimney real similar to this in my house right now, and it is supported by a couple of, looks like 3x4 beams that go across. And it's a very similar kind of look to this, and we like that profile. That chimney is what we like, that part of the roof profile, and I'm concerned about that we'll lose that part of the history.
We already have.
Would you consider possibly rebuilding it?
Well, I mean, for budgetary reasons, we're way in more than I wanted to be in the house anyway, so it's not really there to spend the money on it.
I know you can buy used bricks. We bought 600, I know, for our house when we redid it. I would like to see something put there that is not necessarily, a painted board kind of a thing. I'd like to see a real brick chimney.
Yeah.
I don't know, how do other people feel?
I agree with that. I would like to see a close-up, because the picture with the chimney, can you go back to the photograph that shows the chimney? Yeah, and, that chimney has some detail in it. And if you look in our guidebook here, one of the things we're told is windows and chimneys and doors define a house. And you start you take the chimney down and start messing around with things, you end up with a box. You don't have a historic home, you have a box that sits in a historic district. So anyone in that neighborhood, and they're doing it, there are people fixing their homes up over there, they put their money into their home, but so that you in this house, or your tenants, can look out the window and see a nicely restored house across the street. But they put the money into their house and they look out and they see a box.
It's a nice box though now. We
Yeah.
put a lot of money into making it look nice.
Yeah.
Trying to go to the current photo, please. Okay.
And the windows. Was there a hearing on the windows also? They've been replaced.
Yeah, we got that approved.
Approved by who?
Yeah, I believe it was staff approval.
Staff approval?
And is the roof pitch different now?
We try to go back right where it was.
Go back right where it was. Could you describe what that chimney looked like above the roof line? Like, it did look like there was some brick corbelling around the top. Was it capped? I mean, it's real hard to tell from this photo, but
Yeah, I believe it was, I think it was metal capped. I don't think it was capped off, mortar capped, but it was probably metal capped.
just a metal cap.
They weren't in use. I mean, they were gone inside, capped off inside.
And were there, what, it looks like 2 courses of brick detailing up at the top of that, or?
Yeah, probably so.
And how high would you say it was above the roof? Is that like a good 4 feet there or something?
Probably.
About that?
Ryan, any thoughts?
So what is our recourse here? Yeah?
Well, at this point, we could ask to table it. You could ask to table it to give you a little more time for planning, see what you could put together as far as a new chimney, if you'd like.
Yeah, I think if we're moving on to board discussion about this, I think the challenge is that the design guidelines are really clear and the ordinance is really clear here. Kind of ties our hands, in my view. At the same time, no one likes simulacra, and it's a shame that this is already gone. Rebuilding it will never
It'll never
give
be the
back to the
same.
public
Yeah.
what's been lost here. But I do think that there is an importance to having a chimney on that roof line, and to, but exactly what it would look like, rebuilding the old chimney exactly as it was might not be the right solution. If the applicant would be willing, I'd support tabling it just to come up with kind of a middle ground, common sense way that we can still abide by these guidelines, but not, make you fully rebuild something and have it be false history.
Well, I mean, if we got to rebuild it, we will. If a faux chimney works, a brick looking faux chimney would work, we could do that too, but.
Yeah, we don't have purview over the interior, so it's not a situation where we could make you, run it all the way back through. We're literally just looking at the public realm and just trying to, put something back that respects what was there historically. But I wouldn't feel comfortable, asking for a straight-up reconstruction. I think that might be too onerous. I think there might be a better solution, that's within your capabilities to make this right. There might be a middle ground here.
Anybody else? Anybody from the general public that would like to speak to this?
I would like to invite Brian up to the stand, please. So Brian,
Yes, sir.
every month, we have a contractor who's abused the building and the project that he's worked on. And it's done jobs that weren't in the COA. And so we can't find Mr. Pettit correctly. But
correct.
he's on a yearly registration
That is
that
correct.
comes up automatically.
Yes.
Can we not re-register him so he can't do work in the district?
That is something that's not in the ordinance, but that's something that we can work on. We can get with city council and pursue that if that's something, dialogue you want to make. I can agree with that 100%. I do agree with you that we got a lot of these slipping through the cracks every month, right? So that was something I'd definitely be open to, and we can definitely have dialogue with Mr. Jenner and get that going.
So, Mr. Chair, do we need to make a motion to pursue that?
I think that we should, yes.
Okay. Okay, I move that the Historic District Board of Review start a process with Brian and Brenna and Nicole, that we find a way that we do not automatically re-register contractors who abuse the district.
Maybe, well, before we get to a second for that, we do have a subcommittee focused on ordinances, which you and I both sit on, and perhaps we could, as opposed to having the full board make this motion to instruct staff now, that we could work with staff in that forum to workshop this?
Chris, I would like this to be on the record.
Okay.
So, yes, we're over there also, but this, we've got to me, we have to move forward on a couple fronts with this. So,
Fair enough.
It's windows, it's doors, it's, stuff.
yes, it's every month.
The back of a house torn off, something like that.
So I have a motion. Do I have a second or no second?
Second.
Okay, we have a second. Brenna?
Roll call, please.
Bill Jewell,
I approve.
Chris Cody,
I approve.
Ken McWilliams,
I approve.
Brian Rogers,
Approve.
Jed Skillman.
Approve.
Good. Thank you. Thank you, Mr.
Okey-doke.
Chair.
Certainly.
Thank you, Brian.
All right.
Are we back to public comment now?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Back to public comment?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Sorry.
You have any public comments at this point? None? Do we have any information that has been forwarded to the city to be read into the records?
Yes. So this is from Happy Smith. So her written statement. This photo and this photo of 723, 725 West 3rd are pre-2023 and current. In this one, you can see the chimney with its corbel. A corbel is a brick or masonry bump out on a chimney. Corbels add to a chimney's structural integrity and add architectural character. Madison has amazing chimneys. They contribute to each building's historic character. I think the loss of this chimney reduces this building's historic character. This historic board has been very hesitant to ask owners to undo or redo work because of hardship. But our community is facing a death by 1,000 cuts, a noticeable loss of historic character. This building, 723, 725, is a good example of this.
Okay. Anyone else would like to comment? No?
I just asked the applicant again before we vote on whether to require a full reconstruction or not, whether you'd consider tabling it to come back with a different proposal other than a full reconstruction as it historically was.
And possibly with maybe a sample of materials, that kind of thing.
Well, I mean, so you're saying, do I want to cancel, just withdraw, or what do you ask me? Because I mean, the only other option would be a faux one. It's either rebuild it from the ground up or put a faux one.
Yeah, sadly, I think it's only within our purview to ask for a faux one on top of the roof because we don't have purview over interiors. And I think that what we're asking is our only options are, do we vote to, do nothing, which I don't think we can given the guidelines, or do we vote to have you reconstruct exactly what was there before? And I'm saying that if you table it and come back next meeting, maybe we can have a third option that's a middle ground that's better than a full reconstruction.
Okay.
If we don't have any purview of what goes on below the roof, but we can require everything above the roof to look like it did before. And that's up to you, how you go about that. You could use, that's down in a basement, it looks like part of it. You could use cinder block to get up there to it, or metal beams. But what comes out the top is a reconstruction of what was there before, the same roof line.
Well, unless he wants to come back, well, that's what we'd have to vote on right now, would be reconstruction exactly as it appeared before, or nothing. And again, I think our hands are tied. I was just, if you wanted to table it and come back with another proposal, we could look at something different other than a reconstruction along the, exactly like what we see here.
Yeah, I guess table it and I'll see what I can come up with versus.
All righty.
building it.
Okay,
We have to vote on
So I
that.
move that the project on Third Street by Mr. Pettit be tabled until the next meeting.
do we have a second?
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Bill Jewell,
I approve.
Chris Cody,
I approve.
Ken McWilliams,
Approved.
Brian Rogers,
Approve.
Ted Skelman.
Approve.
All righty.
So, can I ask one more question though? If I decide to
Sure.
go and rebuild it
Yeah.
just like it is, can I do that now, or you want to
Yeah.
wait till the next
Oh,
meeting?
yes.
Would love
Without a
that.
doubt.
If you want to, you know what, we probably should have included that in the motion, that he has the option to come back.
Oh, I get it. That
Yeah.
was
Okay.
a motion.
Can we do two motions on one application? Well, then I move that if the applicant elects to reconstruct what was previously there, to approve that course of action with staff review.
Okay, I'll second that.
That's a good one.
And a roll call
Who
vote, please.
seconded?
Yes,
You
I did.
Okay. Okay. Bill Jewell,
I approve.
Chris Cody,
I approve.
Ken McWilliams,
Approve.
Brian Rogers,
Approve.
Ted Skelman.
Approve.
Thank you,
Okay, well, I
sir.
just may decide to do that. I mean, I apologize. I didn't really, at the time, know that the chimney was that big of a concern. I hadn't run into that before, so I know now.
Yeah,
Can I ask you
we
a
understand.
question? Do you have a copy of the guidelines?
I don't know, no.
Well, actually, I'll give you this. This might
I
help.
had gotten them before.
Well, that's specifically the chimney stuff, so that might help you out.
All right,
All right, thank you.
all right, thank you. Next will be at 843 East Street. Zach?
Zach Zirin, 1548 East State Road 250 is my address. 805 East Street is Royer's address. 843 East Street is the house that we purchased. We were just looking to tear that down.
Okay. Brenna?
So, this house is non-contributing, built in 1950. It's zoned R8 residential medium density, and like he said, they want to demolish the house to make some more room for trucks and manufacturing space.
I see. Okay. Zach, you want to elaborate or anything here? or-
Specifically, it's the swing of the trucks. So we are in the progress of the warehouse build right now. We have 4 docks that are basically right up next to that house. So can I approach the two?
Actually, if you.
You knew we were going to jump you for something, Zach.
So our dock doors are basically right here. The first one starting right in this area right here. So as trucks come in, that swing is pretty important.
Right. Okay.
East Street's pretty narrow.
Okay.
It's pretty narrow.
Whole
Zach,
area's pretty narrow.
Have you made an application with zoning yet to have that rezoned? I assume it's R8. Well, it is R8,
I
right?
believe we already have, yes.
So you
So
rezoned,
it
okay?
will be coming up for a zoning meeting?
I need to check on that before I speak definitively, but I believe so, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Because normally, we don't do anything until the zoning is set.
Okay.
But,
That's my biggest concern, is that even though it's a non-contributing structure, tearing down any structure in town sets a bad precedence unless it's in really bad shape. And I looked at the house, it's not that bad a shape, but I also understand what you're trying to do, and I like having manufacturing downtown. So it's kind of put me in a spot where typically I would say no. I want to lean towards yes, but I'd also like to see the zoning first.
Okay.
Do you have any other Any other plans for that area where you're going to be trying to expand more?
It would be, some of that would be parking for our facility, yes.
Because I know that zoning, their heartburn's going to be over spot zoning, even though it's right next to manufacturing. So if there was a little more of a complete plan, I think that it would make me feel better.
Gotcha.
Right.
I'm not saying we shouldn't move forward with it today. That's my concern.
I can say, did you have a picture of the interior? We previously
Yeah,
did look at this house
we've
also,
seen
so
that.
from the street, it doesn't look so bad. The inside, it is quite substantially.
I noticed
Not
the
important.
roof does sag quite a bit over that area, too.
Yeah.
Zach, would you guys be compliant maybe with putting a big privacy fence on the north side of that property? There's an elderly lady that lives right
Miss
next
Betty.
door there, and I'm just kind of concerned that she's going to have this big parking lot right in her driveway, and she never expected this. What do you think?
Well, Miss Betty she's a lifelong Team Royer.
Oh, is she?
employee.
Okay.
So we actually, up until a few years ago, were still having her do some part-time work for us. So
Okay.
she's incredible. She's harder work than anybody I've ever met. But I don't think she would care, but we would be, if that's what it took, that would be fine,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, I'm thinking if she desired that, that would be a very nice thing to do for her. She's a very nice
She's
lady.
a fantastic lady, yes.
So I just brought up a thought, parking lot lights, will they be too bright for Miss Betty? I mean, can you,
We currently don't have any lights in the parking lot except for the building
okay.
floodlights.
So your
that
truck's
would-
just
that wouldn't
going like
change.
this?
We just have the floodlights on the building, so.
Okay, good.
Anybody else?
Scott wants it, public, ask for
Scott
public.
Lynch, 1800 Valley Vista. I'm helping Royer with the purchase of the property. Could we possibly ask for a conditional approval subject to the zoning? We weren't aware that the zoning was going to be an issue.
I'd be real comfortable if the zoning is done
Because
in
we're just
advance.
running into a time frame.
Yeah,
I'm
that's my
trying to go
concern.
get that,
You
come
know-
back here again.
I think there is a wrinkle here where if it's new construction, a new design or an addition that would be non-conforming to the zoning, we can't approve something that's non-conforming to the zoning. But just to demolish a building with no new use that we're approving, I think is okay for us to do.
Yeah, I think so too.
That'd be
What we're looking at as an R8, we're looking at it as an R8 demolition, even though it's not contributing. And I can only speak for myself, but I have stronger feelings about that than improving the ability to have manufacturing downtown, so.
I think you hit the balancing test right on the head earlier, but I'm curious if there's any more public comment, if anyone else has anything to say.
Anyone else like to speak? Yes, ma'am.
My name's Bob Vonch, and Betty's my wife's aunt. And I just want to give maybe a suggestion. You might want to ask her about that privacy fence you're wanting. She may want to look at that parking lot. Like he said, she's worked there forever. And she
Okay.
looks over there all the time. And she loves yeah, she might not want that. She might want to just look at the building. So just
Tabs on everybody.
Yeah, just a suggestion, that might be something to ask her,
Okay.
That's hilarious.
I would suggest that, we do the conditional. This brings a lot more jobs into our city and a lot more revenue in this situation. If we're going to wait another couple months, and then we're getting into the colder weather, I just feel like this may be something we need to really think about.
Get moving now. Okay.
Yeah, I share Mr. Rogers' heartburn about tearing down a building that, while it's a non-contributor right now, I think we need to start looking at a lot of these mid-century buildings as being something that adds to Madison's character. And I think if the thing that sways me to voting for it is weighing it against the importance of manufacturing to our community. And I'm very proud about our manufacturing here and that we're not just a tourist town. And having manufacturing downtown, I think, is a really great thing for having a mix of uses. So this is a exceptional circumstance, but I do want to be on the record saying that we need to take a hard look at our mid-century resources and small little houses like this going forward elsewhere in the city.
I agree with Chris about keeping an eye on the mid-century houses. That is something that goes into the mix, in its own way, it is contributing, but I also agree, Royer needs it, it's a great thing for them.
Anybody else?
Brenna, what do you think as far as making it conditional on a zoning approval?
We can do that.
Okay.
Speak up.
We can do that. You can make the motion to approve as submitted once the zoning conditionals have been made.
And in order to turn it into a parking lot, it would require that it be turned into commercial or industrial. It would have to be rezoned. You can't
I
turn
believe so, yeah.
Okay. So I want to make sure I'm not asking to do something that's not necessary as well. I don't want to create more problems than we're solving.
That, I mean,
We can find that out.
yeah, that would be a conversation with Nicole
Okay.
on kind of what exactly has to change with it, if anything.
As far as the parking lot too, that hasn't been put in stone on our end. That's just one of those things we've been discussing in that area. As we've added to the warehouse, we lost a lot of parking, so.
So I hope you understand my concern is that it gets tore down and then 20 years from now, it's still residential
Yeah.
zoned and we've lost a structure. Even though it's a 50s house, there is some importance
I hope to still be
it.
expanding in 20 years. Thank you, guys.
Okay. Anyone else from the general public that might like to speak to this? Brenna, do we have any correspondence? Nothing at all like that? So then, sounds to me like what we're talking about here is a conditional approval to tear the house down after zoning has been completed. Would somebody like to make a motion on that?
Brenna, since that's where we're headed, do we need to do findings of fact?
Yes.
Okay.
If there's something you disagree with, yes.
No?
Okay.
Ryan, can you do
Or
that?
if you feel like
Ask
something
Ryan.
doesn't meet guidelines.
Yeah, I'm not good with this.
All right. Findings of facts falls under section 32, demolition. Demolition of historic structures is strongly discouraged. Property owners are encouraged to explore alternatives such as rehabilitation or relocation. So a lot of this is relevant if it remains R8. I'm going to go specifically to the design standards. Demolition should be last resort. Replacement building must reflect the demolished building's height, scale, massing, and location, which they vary for that area. Documentation of the historical resource prior to the demolition, so need to have pictures and so forth. Salvage architecture, minimize ground disturbance, retain trees, explore possibilities for selling or reusing historic buildings as an alternative to demolition. That's pretty much the ones that cover it. So again, if this is just a residential lot wanting to tear down a house, all these would apply and probably make it very difficult to approve because of the standards that we have to go by. But if it's rezoned as commercial, I think that changes it quite a bit.
I think it should.
So, puts me in a, my opinion is that it does not comply with standards.
But?
How do you butt that?
Well, I can offer maybe an alternate reading that gets us to where I think we all want to go here, and that would just be to say that I think that demolition is a last resort when it comes to the functionality of the adjacent property in Royer, I don't think that they have any other options to continue their operations without this ingress egress. So it is, in a sense, a last resort here. I hear you on the issue, though, of the underlying zoning. I think the conditional is a good move, and once it becomes commercially zoned, it's, a little bit more associated than the residential zoning with that use, and the last resort argument, I think, makes a lot more sense. I also would just say that I think that it's important for the historic context of downtown Madison to have industrial, because that was a huge hallmark of this community for the majority of its history.
Anybody else? Any other comments?
Can we, okay, so let's do agree with or disagree with it meeting guidelines.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
we'll start with Ryan.
Yeah. So I agree with Ryan that it does not meet the guidelines to tear down this home, but the extenuating circumstances say that it's going to be rezoned and therefore is appropriate and meets the guidelines.
I agree.
I agree with Ken.
I agree.
You agree?
Yes.
And I also agree.
Alrighty.
But you guys get to do the motion.
Chris, could you do the motion?
Good answer.
Based on the preceding finding of fact, I move that the Madison Historic District Board of Review grant a conditional certificate of appropriateness for, what was the address again?
843 East.
843 East Street. That condition being to follow through on rezoning the property.
I second.
Roll call vote.
Bill Jewell,
I agree.
Chris Cody,
Agree.
Kim McWilliams,
Agree.
Ryan Rogers,
Agree.
Jed Skillman.
Agree.
Alrighty. Next one is Robert Vaunch at 407 East Vaughn Street.
Yeah, I'm Bob Vonch, me and my wife own this. And what we're wanting to do is on the top part, come out 2 feet and just make it a little bigger on the inside.
Okay.
She's got other pictures and it shows you the 2 feet were,
Let her talk about
Hold
it.
on, sorry. Okay, so this is a non-contributing structure built in 1900. It is currently zoned open space. And like he said, he wants to extend the top floor living area by about 2 feet using the same windows and doors, moving outwards, and then adding a window to the east wall. So this is the floor plan.
Oh, okay.
The red box at the top is the addition he's discussing. This shows it in relation to the street and the neighbor's house. And then this, I'm sorry, it's not super clear. You do have it in your packets. This is drawn where he's wanting to extend it to. It's the edge of that map. And then the red box on the side is where he wants the window to be.
Yeah, your turn.
sorry about that. Yeah, what we want to do, it's kind of wasted space because it don't show, but that's on an angle. So we can't even sit there or nothing, which we still have plenty of room to sit. But like she says, I want to just move it out and I want to use the same windows and doors as long as I'm able to, because the pitch of the roof, well, that's why I just want to, but I'll put back whatever I have. But the pitch of the roof is that angle, when I go out, it may be too close to the top, so I may have to shorten it a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to, I'd rather have
Sure.
bigger windows, but
Right.
that's just going to be based on how the roof of the pitch and everything is.
Okay.
And then the window, we just kind of, it'd be closer to the end.
Right.
On
Okay.
that.
Mr. Bonch, you've been here before,
Oh, yeah.
right?
You were
Oh, yeah.
3 months
So-
ago.
I recall that we approved you going east and west to the
Back.
limit of your deck. Have you not done that, or did you
On the
do?
back part, no, we started, but my contractor, he's got to take off both roofs. So we needed, he said he needed at least probably 10 days of good weather. And then we ran into all that rain.
Here?
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, fairly decent, and we ran into all that rain.
Yes, sir.
And then now he's got 2 other big jobs going, so I'm kind of,
Okay. So are you still
And
going
this
to
is-
go east and west with the new roof, or?
we don't know yet. It's still
Good
not.
answer.
But this is where we're at all the time. So
Okay.
we want to fix the inside up and fix the outside. And on the outside, it's wood, but we want to put that smart siding on it.
Okay.
So we'll use this more than the back. So if we get this done, we may not go to the back. But it's still an option yet, so I'm not going to say no.
Did you say that you couldn't sit on this front deck here?
Yeah, I can sit on it, but I'm saying the spot that we're going to add 2 feet, we can't sit on that. It's angled. It don't really look it, but that's angled
Oh,
there.
I see what you're saying.
So it's kind of wasted space.
So you just
anyway.
put your lawn chairs out on the grid part and,
Right. And sit on the deck here. We're mostly on this side.
okay.
And we're just wanting this window just because
Yep.
that little corner is where our kitchen table is, and it'd be nice to be able to look
Yep.
both ways.
Anybody else? Right?
So you're not really changing the structure
No.
other than just shortening up the deck. I can't even imagine how that thing's built. I mean,
Well, that's,
Steve Bennett.
that was kind of a little note here, 'cause- and I'm not a structural engineer, but I was looking at the beams that hold your porch up, and some of them, I didn't see exactly how they were attached. So I would say Brian would put an eyeball on that and make sure everything is up to snuff in terms of
Right.
solid construction.
I'd make sure it's stable, because otherwise I don't want to do it if it ain't
Yeah.
going to hold it.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I don't think that's in the code book, Brian.
Sure.
Well, anybody else want to talk? How about anybody from the general public want to comment? Anybody? Do we have any kind of correspondence to the city? No? Okay. Why don't we need a finding of fact, I think, at this point? Ryan, think you could do that for us?
Actually, I did last
Oh,
one.
I'm sorry. How about?
So the guidelines, new construction additions, 26-1, page 106 to 108, where possible, locate new additions at the rear. Well, not possible at your house, Mr. Bond, so we're going out to the south. Addition, 26 should be constructed so they can be removed, so that your change can easily be removed. And then historic district guidelines on windows, it's not a historic building. And so this project meets the guidelines.
How do other people feel?
Agree.
Yeah, I agree, and I'll offer a motion based on the preceding findings of fact.
Ryan, you agree?
I
Wait
move.
1 second.
Go ahead.
Well, we can talk about it with a motion already on the floor, right?
No, Ryan has to chime in.
I said I agree.
Oh, I didn't hear. Okay, sorry.
Well, I think we're looking good. Can we have a motion?
Based on the preceding findings of fact, I move that the Madison Historic District Board of Review grant a certificate of appropriateness for, what's the address again? I don't know.
407.
407.
407
East
East Vaughn.
Anyone second?
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Bill Jewell,
I agree.
Chris Cody,
Approve.
Ken McWilliams,
Approve.
Brian Rogers,
Approved.
Jed Skillman.
Approve.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can I add one thing?
Sure.
If
Go
I
ahead.
do, I want to stick with the windows and everything. If I have to go, they've got slats in them. Can I open it, have them not be in there?
You would need to.
It's like that,
Yeah.
They're put in between the layers of glass, right?
I think they're on it in between.
If you open that, if it's a thermal pane window. If you open up a thermal pane window, you lose the thermal pane, because there's generally,
But I'm saying, no, I won't do that on them. If I have to change the window itself, and if I do, I'll keep in touch with Brian. I mean,
Okay.
even the size and everything. I mean, I don't want to go no smaller, but I don't want you guys to think I'm pulling one over on you.
Sure.
But I did notice that place across from the campground, they redone that. Them windows look, they did a fantastic job down there. And that's why I just looked at the windows. I don't want to go that big. That's too big for me,
Sure.
but
Normally, we would like to have you replace the window with a like window. Same kind of grids, that kind of thing.
It would require
Well,
board approval.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the one rub to that is that this is a non-contributing structure, and for my money, I don't understand exactly how it's put together either, and this is one of the most unique buildings architecturally, so I think if there's a room for unconventional approaches, it would be
It's-
on
there's some
this very
appeal to it.
unconventional house.
And it's the same kind of, for me, that corrugated metal next to it, that somebody that wants to open a restaurant, you could do one
That
in
would
there.
do it
You know,
right there.
right there would have so much character. You just keep that corrugated metal, you know.
Just the windows, it just
Yeah.
look, be a lot better for us to look out,
All righty,
where you don't
good
have
deal. All righty.
all
Well,
that.
thank you for coming.
All right.
Let's see, and the last one is 111 East 4th Street.
And there was a request to table from the applicants.
Okay, so, make a motion? Let's table.
I move that we table 111 East 4th Street until next month, I guess. Okay.
I second.
Okay, Bill Jewell,
I approve.
Chris Cody,
Approve.
Ken McWilliams,
Approve.
Ryan Rogers,
Approve.
Jed Skillman.
Approve.
Okay. Anyone have new business? Anyone in the audience? Anyone like to speak? No? No new business? Old
Well,
business?
go
Go
to
ahead. Staff report.
Staff report. First of all, did everybody get the email that I sent
No.
earlier?
Nice, great email. Is this a recap of your email, was my question?
Yes.
Okay.
Pretty much. For everybody else, I have sent the board members the staff reports from the last meeting up till today, just so that they can review those and see those pictures as well. So this is everything that was sent earlier, that was approved for this month. And then,
Brenda,
go
I
ahead.
did-
Yep,
Question,
sure.
second from the bottom, Fillmore Avenue.
Yes.
Was that an aspirational photo you had from
Yes.
stairs down on the alley?
Yes.
That had nothing to do with the project?
Yes, when I asked him for a picture, I showed him the guidelines and he said that. So that is where that picture came from.
All right.
Okay, and then from last year, several of these applications from last year, all of them are complete.
Okay, looks good.
Brennan, any update on the house at 420 Broadway? So,
Nothing on
no
that.
response to the
To the new ordinance, you mean?
thank you. Yeah, which ordinance? Well, I can't
Vacant
think
and
of-
abandoned.
Yes, thank you, abandoned.
That would be a question for Brian.
Sorry, when you listen.
420 Broadway, Brian, any update on how they're reacting to the ordinance of abandoned homes?
No.
Thank you.
Sorry,
Thank you, Brian.
Outstanding.
Well, it appears as if we're about done here. Would anybody like to make a motion to adjourn?
Adjourn the meeting.
Excellent. Do we have a second?
Second.
All agree?
Agreed.
We agree. Thank you for coming, folks.
That chimney I was waiting to do, I was gonna do the findings of fact on it, because I wanted to make sure it was based on the guidelines. That's why I didn't say anything before.